this world seems so big, and everything seems so out of reach. The sky is high and the walk is wide. You just don't know what you've got yet. It's in the palm of your hands. It's right in front of where you stand. If you believe everything you dream will come true, and if you can love, no matter how you hurt, love will come to you, back to you. This world is yours. At times I know it's gonna be hard when you think you can't go on. But
I am so glad that you guys are here and we're live at the MMRTI studio. We are going to introduce the program first, and then after that we're gonna introduce Asaye, who's gonna be mentioning all the program sponsors and supporters of this program. But before we do that, I would like to congratulate all the participants who has been together with us for 16 weeks. And interestingly, it was kind of like a really wonderful journey because of them as well. They decided that this journey is worthwhile, and it is. At the end, we're gonna celebrate together as a group, right? So what I want to do right now is to start with the video that Mr. Abuni prepared. Okay.
I know this world seems so big, and everything seems so out of reach. The sky is high and the walk is wide. You just don't know what you've got yet. It's in the palm of your hands. It's right in front of where you stand. If you believe everything you dream will come true.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate that you're staying with us until now. But like what Asai was saying, like this is like thanks to collaboration of everyone here who's able to actually put together this program. And Asai has some things to say.
Really, this is a celebration for accomplishment of our interns who has been working for the last 4 months. It is an amazing program. Really, they work hard. We would like to appreciate all the participants, especially the funder, the City of Seattle Office of Economic Development, and also our partner organizations. 4 months, actually, 3 days a week. It wasn't easy, but they make it. And we would like to appreciate also instructors, mentors, and of course, the interns, and now lastly, the marketing team. What do you think about the?
Yeah, definitely. We actually improved a lot throughout the time, the weeks that we've been in this program together. So we learned a lot as well. Along the way.
The gift of a friend.
Wow, guys, we've come so far. I can't believe it's already been 16 weeks. We've accomplished so much.
Yeah, our first task was to think of a problem in the world that we wanted to solve. Around the world, sea levels are rapidly rising and proving to be detrimental in developing countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia, and Nepal. Because of this, children who live in these areas struggle every day to get to school over the dangerous waters.
The Tuin. On the one hand, the only chance to arrive at school on time. On the other hand, a life-threatening danger for the children.
While biocentric floating schools are being created on the water, students still need the necessary transportation to get to these schools, and standard boat transportation can be both costly and bad for the environment. However, LYN Creators has come up with a solution to solve this problem: MyLine, a cable-propelled transit system that will go above the water with ease and ultimately will accomplish the goal of taking these students across from the mainland to schools in the water.
Our cable car concept had many solutions, those being social benefits, ecological benefits, and financial benefits. Specifically in social benefits, we see that attendance will increase and students will finally get the education that they deserve. There will also be faster and safer transportation, which will be beneficial for everyone.
Because of the MyLine's all-electric system, it does not release CO2 into the air, preventing it from contributing to the climate crisis.
For the financial benefits, MyLine is cost efficient, and because we are using electricity as our main energy, less money will be spent on fuel.
Do you guys remember when we each had to create sketches of our ideas for the watercraft?
Do not even remind me. For my sketch, it has a lot of details, but it's not very attractive.
For my concept sketch, as you can see, I went for more of a watercraft type of vehicle.
My design, rather than being a watercraft, was a two-way cable car that would go over the water.
We all collectively decided on Nikkei's design because it was the most unique and we wanted to stand out compared to the others.
Then we started to work on Onshape. It was challenging because none of us had ever used design software like it in the past, but with time and effort we still managed to create a 2D and 3D design.
Here is the 2D design for the top view, front view, and side view.
And here's our 3D design.
Each MyLine cable car is made with 8 seating spaces, including seating for an on-site trained adult, as well as space for students that require wheelchair accessibility. Large double-glass windows will allow for students to easily look out and enjoy their time in the sky while traveling with MyLine. Doors at the front and back of the car will make for easy exit and entry, as well as an emergency exit located on the roof. The main makeup of the cable car will be created using a lightweight aluminum material, which will significantly lower the risk of the cable car putting excessive weight on the cables that hold it up. The cables themselves will be made out of a strong steel material that is both resistant to the pressure of the cable car, but not brittle. The first test involves testing the strength of different types of braided cable by applying weight until it breaks. The second test involves testing various glass types by swinging a weighted ball into each type. We would then observe the damage done. The third test involves using diagnostic tools such as a clamp-on ammeter or temperature sensor to examine the cable car's motor efficiency and make sure it doesn't overheat. The final test involves experimenting with high temperatures on various steel alloy cables and seeing which would withstand the least amount of thermal expansion.
When talking about competitive advantage, this 2-axis chart shows that our product differs from the others because not only is it unique and higher quality design-wise, but also safety-wise. What do we mean by that? Well, our design amongst the others operates above rather than in water. This saves time for the students because it can take them directly from land to school rather than making them take the time to go into the water and into the watercraft. This is also more efficient for any students that are, for example, in wheelchairs or have physical disabilities. The second key thing that differs our product from the others is our 4-step safety plan. Our safety plan ensures that even in the case of it being an accident, MyLine can guarantee that a passenger will have protection. Besides the doors on the front and back, the cable car would also have an emergency exit on the roofs. Students, when using the Mindline system, will also be required to wear life jackets to ensure their safety. At least one trained adult will be present in each cable car in order to operate the Mindline system and oversee the students. And finally, telephone communication will be installed that allows passengers to call the floating schools or other emergency phone numbers such as 911. Our target market includes students and teachers that are in need of transportation, environmentalists because our design is eco-friendly, people who don't have water transportation, transportation companies such as Tesla, and the school district in order for them to buy the students' tickets in bulk.
We are hoping to obtain funds from private investors, from transportation companies, public grants given by either the school districts or the government. Using that funding, we will implement and test our first Mindline prototype to one of the floating schools. If successful, then our product can be spread to other various schools worldwide. Eventually, Mindline can be used for more recreational purposes if desired by the public. Finally, the profit we make will go to us, transportation companies involved, and can be used for creating more Mindline systems for consumers. When calculating the pricing, we took into consideration the real-life dimensions of our design and the material we wanted to use for the main makeup of our cable car, which is aluminum. We're also using tempered glass for the windows and steel cable, which will hold up the weight of the cable car itself. After calculating the area for each portion of our cable car, plus other expenses like seating, life vests, telephone communication, etc., we came to an estimate of about $250K for our startup cost.
Potential outcomes. For the worst case scenario, we are going to implement Mindline in countries where students are having hard time going to school because of lack of transportation. For the realistic case scenario, we are going to implement Mindline in developing countries. And for the best case scenario, we are going to expand Mindline worldwide.
We came up with 3 potential outcomes for the selling of our product: best, worst, and realistic. Basing our financials off of the realistic scenario, for our 12-month sales forecast, we are looking to make under $5 million per year. 8% of our revenue will go towards advertising our product, and 35% will go towards our employees. 40% of our revenue will be reinvested back into our team and business to improve it by producing more of our product and improving our workforce. The remaining 17% will be put into savings.
We are going to advertise our product primarily through social media because it's going to be one of the fastest ways we can grow as a business, and we need to have an awareness of how people are hearing about our brand, so we are going to track the activity and see which platforms work best and which don't. Reviewing all possible funding possibilities, we have the Dutch Docklands being one, which is the global leader in floating developments like the hotels in Maldives. The government can also give us public grants. Lastly, environmentalists or companies that produce all-electric transportation like Tesla can also be possible sources of funding.
To sum up, we are looking for 12-month financing to reach the desired 15 to 20 purchases of Mindline systems.
I feel like we're forgetting something. What could it be? Oh yeah, Seattle makers. Roll the clips.
I think the video kind of cut off at the end, but it's okay. So
Do we want to proceed to questions?
yes, sure.
I do see like a lot of words of encouragement in the chat, but I have 3 questions for y'all. And my first question is, what hardships did you face while designing this cable car, and what was the hardest of all? And like, how did you overcome that?
I can think of one. I think one of the like main things that we struggled with was dealing with Onshape because we didn't know how to use it, and none of us had used like software like it in the past. But we really like just had to put in the time and effort into like learning how to use it. And so I think that was something that really helped us like learn how to use that platform.
Oh yeah, and we had some computer issues, like when making our marketing videos. So I would say that that was hard for us.
But communicating with each other really helped us.
And what did you see cable car compared to the other watercrafts?
Can you say that again?
What advantage did you see in cable car compared to other watercrafts?
I mean, advantage in a way would be like ours was the most unique, I guess. Like we like differentiated ourselves from the others, and I think that was an advantage for us, especially to like make a brand for ourselves. And I would say I don't think it was any like easier like than the others because we still have to do the same kind of designs and stuff. But I would just say that we made ourselves stand out for sure.
For sure, agreed. And then my last question to you guys is, did this project kind of motivate you to design something else outside the program?
I think, oh yeah, sorry. I think that, yeah, like now that we have the experience and like for me personally, I want to go into a career in like the design and architectural field, that I think that's going to be very helpful for me.
Yeah, it also helped us like how we learned about how to market ourselves and market things that we need like to market. So yeah, really helped.
And I'm more interested in like entrepreneurship now, like just thinking about it, like after I learned a little bit about it. It'd be cool to start like and create something out of nothing.
Nice. Great job, your presentation. And that's all the questions I have.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, we're L-Line creators. L for Lydia.
Y for Yasmin.
And N for Nike. So our design, it is basically a cable car that goes over the water, and it's called My Line.
My stands for water, and Tigrinya, and the line comes from the LYN. We wanted to like create some kind of wordplay with our design name.
We spent a lot of time and dedication in this program, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.
The gift of a friend.
My name is Rahwa, and we're a Kubas group, and my group's name is Abdi and Hong. Problems. Because of the fossil fuels being burned to make oil, the ice cap is melting, which causes the sea level rising faster. For example, the North Pole has lost over 40% of its ice in the past 6 decades. In northern Bangladesh, every year half of the country is flooded, leaving people isolated and cutting kids off from school. The main problem is there is no safe transportation. The Economy project was developed to create floating platforms where schools could be built on top of, ensuring accessibility to visual education, even the severe environmental challenges for students to actually reach school. Design sketches. During initial development of project, team presented multiple options for watercraft design. This was submitted by Abdi. This is Hung design, a retrofitted car with spherical flotation wheels. This is my design that was inspired by luxury yacht.
Let's take a look at our solution. The walker bus will be a vehicle that works on land and water. It will go 14 miles per hour in the water and 17 miles per hour on land.
It also an electric vehicle that comes with the solar panels and a generator. Each wheel will be replaced by a multi-directional sphere providing buoyancy while in the water and full 360-degree rotation on the spot while on land. For the interior, we have 2 rows with paddle seating for comfort for longer rides. When out of the water, the center of gravity of the bus will be in the middle tanks to be used a very dense barrel that can be moved around. It will also come with multiple escape hatch. During the summer, it could be used for transporting tourists to make money for the schools.
Failure mode, roadside accidents, severity 10, frequency 2.50, combined score 25. How to prevent, proper balance from engine placement, weight distribution balance, severity 8 out of 10, frequency 3 points, combined score 24. How to prevent, proper placement engine from center gravity. Retrofitting engine, severity 7 out of 10, frequency 1 out of 10, combined score 7. How to prevent, simply requires waterproof, compatible with vehicles. Waterproofing, severity 5 out of 10, frequency 1 out of 10, combined score 5. How to prevent, sealing window.
After working on failure mode, our design have at that time, we try to make the test plan to see what happens if we build our design in the future. Let's move on to our addressable market. For the target market, our client will be the staff and teachers of the Aquamedi floating school who will require safe, fast, and reliable transportation between land and school for themselves, supplies, and students. Aquabus would also be suitable for use by researchers and tourists, providing an additional revenue source and room for alternate design applications. For the scalability, within a reasonable budget, it's possible to design multiple watercraft to fulfill different roles, ranging from a larger or smaller model. Potential applications include general transport for material, recreation transport for education field trips or sightseeing, high-speed ferry vehicle, or emergency transport for evacuation. Aquabus chief competitors are the 4 other teams participating in the development of watercraft transportation solutions. They include GDL Aquatic Solution Ferry Inspired Ship, Way to Success on interpretation of amphibious vehicle, LYN predetermining cable trolley transport, and the support submersible design. For the Aquabus greatest edge against the competition is the affordability and modularity of its design, allowing clients with limited money and material to create a reliable transportation solution. A potential weakness in the design is whether or not the base bus chassis can be successfully retrofitted to be a safe amphibious transport.
Financial, it will cost approximately $48,000. Aquabus is a new phase water transportation for simple reason, because we're affordable for buyers. The average school bus brand new costs $65,000 to $85,000, while ours costs less than that. But the best part is by paying additional $10,000 would come with solar panels and generator, meaning that you will never have to pay for fuels again. Breakdown of expenses: prototyping and engineering $600, virtual used bus $1,500, retrofitting bus $15,000, testing functionality $5,000, safety insurance $20,000, promotional marketing $6,000. 12 months financial plan. The first 4 months, develop a design and procure materials for production and pitch to backers. The second 4 months, begin a vehicle trials and start marketing campaign. The third 4 month, release a first wave of vehicles.
Finally, this is the documentation of our design process. When I tried this program, I had the opportunity to develop internship skill, build my own 3D product design portfolio, and learn about business. Ffmf also helped me to greatly increase my creativity and imagination in the past.
During this program, I have learned many amazing business skills from all the mentors and guest speakers that will help me grow in the future. I have also experienced how challenging or time-consuming doing design can be. Overall, it was a great experience.
My experience with the program was amazing. I learned a lot about business, like what it takes to make a design.
Thank you for listening our presentation. For the further information on this project and the team, please send us an email at thewelcomebus1@gmail.com.
So, what was your favorite feature from your model? And if you could, what would you improve for the future?
Okay, so I'll go first. My favorite part about the whole entire bus was it was basically like ride the duck boat, but for schools, and they can use that to make money off times. Like most people wouldn't really want the bus because like it's just gonna be a water bus, right? But they can make money off of the water bus so they can buy more after like 2, maybe 3 years.
Cool. So where did the inspiration to use the duck boat come from?
So originally I wanted a bus that was a boat, and then I remembered seeing Ride the Duck Boat a couple years back. So we decided to basically use that as our outline.
Okay. So taking everything you have learned, what was one skill you took away from FFMF?
Okay, so one of the most valuable lessons I learned while working as a team is that I always have the opportunity to learn from their experience. When someone says something that another team member misinterprets it and something else, everything that follows can fall apart and you end up wasting valuable resource.
Okay, that's great. So what was the most valuable lesson you learned while working as a team?
So the most valuable lesson I have learned is communication is key. You have to communicate with your group to success. That's one thing that I learned.
Yeah, that's great. So what was one problem you guys solved as a team together?
For the first design, we had the problem with the spear. We decided to add it for the bus, but we try to test to see what happens. So it's kind of hard to add it for them. So right now it's still okay for us to add it for. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's great. Well, that's all the questions I have for you guys today. But if there's anyone in the chat who has questions, I could read those off. Well, it seems that there's no questions. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you. You guys did a great presentation.
Thank you.
The gift of a friend. And when you're
Hi everyone, our pitch deck is about watercraft designed by our team. Our watercraft named a subboat. Problems. The problems we are trying to solve is to find a better transportation for students that are impacted by sea level rising and try to let more people know the impact of climate change. Also the pollution problem around that area, which we consider to use recycled material to build our watercraft.
Further, our design provides about 18 seats including 2 driver seats, and our design also contains many windows to get a passenger a better view. We designed 2 doors on the wide side of the watercraft that the people exit if there is an emergency.
Demand of the pilot service. Our group thinking that the transportation company will be the biggest buyers from us, because as we promote the climate change events around the island, more people will willing to visit. At that case, the transportation company can sell tickets to it. Also, the government and the school district, Because the school that impacted by sea level rising, we want to get a safe transportation for the students, so this will be one of their considerations. As the subboats need daily care, like a monthly checkup and cleanups, also need to hire workers for it, so it's better than the transportation company purchase it, because they have the money to pay the worker for the salary. Solutions. First, design a watercraft that can transport people in a fast time frame multiple times a day. This watercraft will be considered to use recycled material and reusable energy, which will be environmental friendly. But in case that we couldn't get enough energy from the solar panel, we also have a backup plan, which having electric energy as well.
Solution 2. Here's another solution for a problem. Besides having a watercraft, we also wanted to make a climate change event that help people know how some places are suffering from sea level rising. From here, we also promote our watercraft design to more people. Why people choose our solution? A watercraft recycled material which reduce pollution and help environment. And a watercraft also provide educational need for students such as marine research.
Initial sketch. Here's the initial sketch from each person in our group. The first one is designed by Nadia. The middle is designed by Jingying, and the third one is designed by Yutong.
Group sketch. We design in a round shape because we think this can make the watercraft go faster. And we also design about 2 doors on the side for people to exit.
Dfmea mode. The fuel mode of our subboats are glasses, sunroof or door, solar panels, recycled materials, and long or space. The combining score of the severity and the frequency, glasses is 50, sunroof or door is 47.5, solar panel is 13, recycled material is 12, long or space is 10.5. Overall, the ranking will be glasses, sunroof or door, solar panels, recycled materials, and the last one is long or space.
Test plan. Glasses. Research and test different types of glasses. Design airtight cell to stick in the door from prevent water getting in. Design a better place for storage the solar panel. Test which area can be safe to use the recycled material. Test where can add more places for storage.
Next is our 3D model video clip.
This is our watercraft model. Our watercraft have 2 driver's seats and 12 student seats, and also some seats at the back. On the right side, we designed 2 doors for the student to exit. We designed the watercraft in a round shape because we think this can let the watercraft go faster.
Here is our engineering drawing of the subboats.
This is our picture of the prototype. Marketing. For the marketing, people that will use watercraft will be all gender from around age 10 to 70, and mostly will be teacher, worker, and student. Go to market. The main cost of the boat is the glasses and the solar power. The water pressure will make the glasses easily to break. So looking for the glasses that don't break underwater, we believe it would be much more expensive. So we consider using some safe and thicker glasses. We did a research that window price are around $10 per square foot. Other material also include metal, seating area, and recycled material.
Competitions. The top left corner, you see that boat is used gas, less space, but one thing that's best is fast. The one that at the bottom of the left corner is too dangerous and is made out of wood and is not fast. Also, they use gas and uncomfortable. The one that at the right top corner, which is our subboat, is sustainable, safe, fast, knowledgeable, comfortable, and also is friendly to the environment. The one that at the bottom of the right corner, which we usually see at the ferry, we will need a lot of money to build a ferry and it's slow. Also, it's use gas but one thing that is best is it has lots of space. Competitive advantage. Our subboats are using sustainable energy designed for marine research and used as transportation. Based for the marine research, our boats could help for education, like letting more students learn about our oceans. It's like an ocean pavilion, so the student can do marine research that helps for their science class. For example, the research of the sea, knowing more information about marine life. Our subboat also part of the painting and drawing class, because we consider to leave the outer and inner part to let the student draw or paint on the boats to get more involved in it. Financial. Our initial price of the watercraft is around the range from $250,000 to $300,000, and we believe we could make more profit out of it. For the use of funds, we think 5% of our funding will go through testing, 47% will go through materials, 42% of our funding will go through the process of building the watercraft, 6% will go into promoting the watercraft. We think the 12-month sales forecast will not less than $4 million in the first year, since each school will need 2 boats. Calculating all the islands and the area impacted by sea level rising, our 12-month sales forecast will not less than $4 million. Funding. We are thinking that the transportation company, the environmentalist company, the environmentalist group, which care about the climate change, and the school and the local governments, because when we have the watercraft, as the transportation company can make money from the worker teachers for the tickets, and the student can use their student ID to get on the boats for free. Also, the reasons that we bring out the transportation company and the environmentalist company was because the watercraft need the daily care, and the local governments or the school probably would not putting that much money on the daily care.
How we promote it. Our group is thinking about build a website or social account about our watercraft to let more people to know our watercraft. Also having ads on different social media like YouTube and Instagram, spread the idea of recycling material to school and making the students have more knowledge about the importance of not wasting any resource. Attract people who love to travel by promoting the sunroof design and also the glass design, which can reveal more about the ocean.
Next will be our reflection part about this program.
Design process. Discussion about how a boat design will look like, thinking whether it's possible to apply, start drawing the initial sketch, what on which sketch we will be moving forward, discussion for more new ideas, see any improvement from the first draft, and then there's the final draft. The overall impact of product and influence of technology. The product can provide safe and fast transportation for people that are impacted by sea level rising. Our group collaborates with different platforms like Zoom, WeChat, and Message to communicate with each other. Using Onshape to build our 3D model and let us prototype printed out by 3D print or laser cut. Technical skill. Those are the technical skills we learned from this program. Modern software, engineering drawing, 3D model, laser cut, Spark video, Onshape, and Tinkercad.
Here are some interpersonal skills we learned through these programs: public speaking, presenting, leadership, planning, showing respect, being an active listener, manage relationship, understand the feeling of others, cooperating with others. Next steps after the program. I'm Jingying. I get interest in entrepreneurship. I'm going to moving forward to learn more about it.
I'm Yutong and get more interest in 3D design. I'm also thinking I'm going to study more in design in the future.
What's in our team? Yutong is doing the on-site design, PowerPoint slides, and the picture.
Jingying was doing the problem slide, organize the idea, and also the engineering drawing.
We want to thank you for all the instructors teach us those amazing tips and information, and Seattle makers help us to plan the prototype. And thank you to Jennifer Ness, my other guest speaker, And we want to thank you all the guest speakers to share their experience to us. Also, thank you to Samantha, provide us great information and help us to stay on track. At the end, we want to thank you MMRTI and SIXR to give us this amazing opportunity. Contact informations. I'm Jing Deng. You can contact me through my email address, jingdeng605@gmail.com.
I'm Yutong Shen. My email is yutongtt22@gmail.com.
If you have any question about our subboat or any other thing, please feel free to contact us through our email address. Thank you.
That was a great presentation. Are you all ready for the question and answer portion?
Yeah.
All right. The first question I would like to ask y'all is, where did your inspiration come from to create what y'all presented to the whole group today?
Yeah, I think when our group first started brainstorming together, we looked at what forms of transportation were familiar to all of us, and we came across the ride the duck vehicle that's commonly seen around Seattle. And so we really admired a lot of aspects of that vehicle, and we also found some aspects of it we wanted to improve. So we kind of just started there and built off of what we liked and brainstormed on what we could improve. But yeah, I'd say our main inspiration definitely started from the ride the duck vehicle.
That's really cool. And it's local to Seattle. Okay, so the second question is, what is your favorite feature from your model? And if you could improve something from your model, what would you improve?
I'll go. Well, my favorite feature from our water taxi would probably be its rubber middle section. We wanted our model to be able to run smooth when moving, so we thought it was best to include rubber in the middle, like how the city bus and the metro buses in Seattle have, so it can navigate and turn more freely. And that's the second part where I think we can improve. I just feel like the overall just coming together as a group and just all putting more effort into it. I feel like I don't want to bash our group, but I just feel like we could have done better, just as because we had some problems come along, but yeah.
Great answers. All right, so this is a final question for both of you, but what is a skill you learned from Future Founder Maker Fellowship that you would like to implement in your future in college or just in beyond?
Yeah, I can go first for this one. So I think one thing I really took away from this program was crucial time management skills. I think for a lot of us, this was the first time where we had a fellowship going on and school. So first juggling that balance. And then during the fellowship, we had 3 different focuses for each day. We had marketing, entrepreneurship, and our 3D design. And so really balancing which day is focusing on which subject, and then kind of coming together as a group during our office hours after the session to really focus on which days needed more work and where we can improve on to come to our final product.
I think to what Mona said, I feel like for me it was probably just learning to stay patient with one another, because we all like when we started, we all had different schedules, and it's kind of hard to find time to meet outside of the 4 to 6 times frame for the whole group class, and just being patient with one another and with things that need to be done, like I said earlier, with the on-chain model and the slides, just knowing we all have different schedules and we all work at a different pace.
Great answers and great presentation. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
The gift of a friend.
Hello, we are JDL Aquatic Solutions, and this is our proposal for the next generation of reliable, sustainable, and electric water transportation.
My name is Burrows. I'm a second-year student at the University of Washington studying sociology and human-centered design engineering. And to this program, I bring in my experience with graphic design, illustration, and web design.
My name is Dfmea. Next year, I'm going to be a freshman at the University of California, Berkeley, and I bring to this program my experience in robotics, the engineering design process, and 3D design.
And we are here together in our passion for creating sustainable technological solutions to solve world problems. The root of our problem is climate change. According to climate.gov, the global mean sea level has risen 8 to 9 inches since 1880. This is primarily due to industrial civilization and the use of fossil fuels in Western countries. However, those who are most affected due to these rising water levels are those who live in small island nations or in coastal regions such as Malaysia and Indonesia, who have been increasingly vulnerable to natural disasters with limited resources to defend themselves.
A proposed solution to this problem of rising water levels has been to have man-made floating islands that provide energy and education to the communities. However, current popular water transportation solutions are not reliable, ecological, renewable, or sustainable, and especially not optimized for student transport or school usage.
As JDL Aquatic Solutions, we propose a new form of reliable, sustainable, and electric water transportation. By no longer relying on external gas companies to import fuel to the area, our water transport will be able to harness local electricity generators from floating islands and solar panels, which would therefore eliminate fuel costs. This form of transportation would be simple and easy to manufacture and maintain due to the design and nature of electric propulsion. Electric vehicles are simpler than combustion engine vehicles by nature, but they also have the benefits of being quieter, easily recharged, and not releasing harmful emissions. However, if energy does run out, we have considered backup manual rowing or sailing capabilities so that it's never stranded.
When designing the physical watercraft, our group first made a series of rough sketches to get our ideas onto paper. We then debated the different features of the sketches and then combined them, developing them further in 3D software. We combined the two-hole design from one sketch with the more sleek design from another for increased stability and aerodynamics. We also decided on a simpler boat shape for a familiar and safe feel, while also being easier to manufacture and maintain. Once we created this 3D model, we then sent the files to Seattle makers to 3D print and laser cut these parts, which allowed us to see what our watercraft actually looks like in a physical form. And as you can see, I think it worked out pretty well. I can almost imagine people walking down the aisles and sitting in the seats.
When considering our design, we thought of multiple failure possibilities we would need to test and did what is called design failure mode and effect analysis, or Dfmea. We considered events such as the center of the boat collapsing due to the double hull design, damage from rock and debris hitting the hull, the battery overheating or catching fire, water leakage, and even the possibility of someone falling over the railings or the railings collapsing from weight. We then came up with hypothetical ways to test each of these if we did go on to further develop our product. As for the issue of the center collapsing, we plan to conduct a shock absorbance test that would measure the extent to which the center can sustain physical stress. We would do so by testing the boat and making sure that it resists any shock with a residual force that doesn't exceed the standards as enforced by law.
In order to test the consequences of rock and debris impact, we can use a gravelometer to propel gravel at the holes and see how much damage or leakage ensues. To test our batteries, we can put them through a series of battery stress tests to see how much they overheat or fail. We can also test how well our hulls work by potentially putting them in water or putting them through pressure tests to see if they leak. Finally, we can also make sure our railings match all official guidelines and can withstand forces without breaking.
In regards to the market, PR Newswire reports that the global boat market would rise by 11% just in the next 4 years, with Malaysia being among the top marketplaces. Due to such increasing demand and relatively shorter supply, presumably due to the importation limits and currency inflations, the costs are very high. For instance, boats in Langkawi and Penang, which are regions in Malaysia, are selling for a range between 200,000 to 700,000 depending on their production years. Demand for the product is also increasing due to the loss of terrestrial surface due to the rising sea levels.
Our target market is governments and government agencies that are interested in investing in water transportation. As Dawi said, places threatened by rising water levels like Indonesia and Malaysia will be especially interested in our product, where cities like Jakarta are sinking rapidly. In addition to solving critical transportation problems for these locations, our product can also be used to generate additional revenue for our target governments through commercial tourism and public transportation.
Moving on to the go-to-market strategy, we plan to conduct our marketing in the Malay language, which is the native language of Malaysia. We hope to focus on the age range between 25 and 54, which comprises 40.8% of the population. Our secondary focus would be on children aged 14 or younger, which would presumably our stakeholders as students, which also comprise 26.8% of the population. In addition, we would also market it to tourists through promotional flyers to attract them to places that hold our product. In terms of pricing, we hope for the fully developed product to sell between $200,000 to $300,000. As for the marketing platform, we hope to advertise it through online media because Malaysia is increasingly becoming cosmopolitan and the population is relying on online sites for shopping. We also hope to demonstrate our product in person for our primary stakeholders. As for the marketing platform, we hope to advertise it through online media because Malaysia is increasingly being cosmopolitan and the population is relying on online sites for shopping. We also hope to demonstrate our product in person for our primary stakeholders in order to spread awareness of electric water transportation to the public.
Globally, there are a few companies that we would consider competitors, including Damon Engineering, Tracia Engineering, and Baltic Workboats. Tracia Engineering has been supplying ferries to Malaysia for years, building up a good reputation for themselves by selling more than 300 ships to over 30 countries. Their vessels might have a longer range than our electric boats, but our vessel wouldn't need a very long range for transportation to and from schools. For their disadvantages, they use combustion engines and diesel fuel, which are overall louder than their electrical counterparts and less, of course, ecological and reliable. And their combustion vehicle would typically need more repairs than an electric one and could run the risk of leaking, which could harm the ecosystem even further. Another competitor is the Turkish Shipyard, which has already employed the use of their 100% electrically powered vessel in Norway. They have the record for the largest entirely electrically powered vessel and have the most research behind large electrical propulsion systems. However, they only have one electrically powered vehicle, which would make it hard for them to start implementing their vessels in other countries.
In terms of local competition, we hold an advantage as our product has a double surface with its purposes in school and tourism. It serves schools as transportation, getting students from home to school and from school to home safely, as well as in tourism, helping tourists travel around while dining and enjoying outdoor view on the deck. It also is communal in that the seats are designed in a front and back manner that encourages conversations and gives the boat a more communal feel. It is also functional. Taking the tables, for example, students can do their homework as they travel to school and tourists can dine as they travel to their destinations. In addition, our double hull feature provides a competitive advantage as it has increased aerodynamic stability and safety. Our product is also recognizable. The external design is already commonly seen in catamarans, so it will feel familiar and safer to riders. It's also mass manufacturable. The boat has a very simple design, and the simplicity of electric systems in comparison to combustion engine and fuel systems makes our watercraft easier to manufacture and need much less maintenance. It also has a high capacity. It has the ability to hold at least 48 people with the potential to be doubled if the tables are to be removed.
As for the financial projections of our product, from our initial marketing and outreach, we hope to acquire small purchases of 2 or 3 boats from 1 or 2 government agencies or private or public floating schools in Malaysia. With manufacturing costs of maybe 170,000 and an initial launch price of around 220,000, we would be able to both market the feasibility of our product and also make enough profit to help fund our growth. Once our product is proven in the field, we can then grow to more schools, school systems, and governments, and then maybe sell around 9 more boats to governments and schools in the succeeding year for them to use in transportation and tourism.
In conclusion, the problem at hand is the lack of efficient and functional transportation for students who attend floating schools in remote areas of Malaysia. We believe that our solution is a great fit for the problem as it provides a high-capacity, multifunctional, and sustainable transportation for students and beyond. Our design is presumably easy to manufacture and more accessible for the local communities to purchase and utilize. It will also generate income for the community through its tourism-related services, which can further fund the government to purchase our products or improve our services. As we close this presentation, we would like to thank our mentor Heston Smith and all the other mentors and instructors for guiding us throughout the program and giving us all the tools for developing our product. Thank you, Professor Jennifer S. Tucker, for teaching us business professionality and bringing in guest speakers to inspire and mentor us. We're also grateful for the program coordinators, Budi Mulyo, Asaya Bune, and Diana Fairbanks for giving us an opportunity to use our creative skills to address such a global issue. Our gratitude also goes to our fellow interns who gave us feedback and supported us to do our best. So thank you all for guiding us in our journey to becoming future founders.
I'm joining from SI's laptop, just so y'all know. My name is Burrows. I am part of the JDL team.
Okay, we can start with the Q&A portion. So the first question is, where did the inspiration come from to create this project?
I think that the inspiration for the project, well, I mean, I guess it came from all of us. We all sort of had our own ideas and our own thoughts for what we could do, and we all had our own sort of backgrounds in design and our own ideas. And I think that really all came together to sort of merge and form our design. Some of us did research on like catamarans and that sort of thing, so that sort of came up with our double hull design. And I think that was, and I mean, for me, I wanted to go for a slightly more futuristic, kind of sleek design. And I mean, I don't think there was anything specific, but it really sort of just came from all of our backgrounds.
Yeah, and I would like to add on to that by saying, we, as you guys could see in the video, we all had different sketches for the ships. And so we decided to combine the designs and have different features coming together, just so that like all our inspirations would be in the final product. So all our inspirations was in the final prototype that we made.
Yeah, the second question is, what was the most valuable lesson you guys learned while working as a team?
I think personally, I learned a lot about the value of good communication and just the amount of work that it takes to put a project like this together. Because we did have 3 meetings a week with 2-hour meetings a week with just the normal fellowship, but then Dawit and I had to meet a lot and communicate a lot outside of those meetings to figure out everything that we wanted to do, plan all of our work and everything, and that took a lot of effort on our part. We had, especially with everything being virtual, we had to make sure that we're always checking we use Slack to communicate. We had to make sure we always checked, and we're always working and organizing meetings and everything so that we could get everything finished.
Yeah, and the most important lesson for me was that design doesn't come inherently. It just comes from practice. Knowing my experience with, I just had experience with 2D design, never with 3D design and marketing entrepreneurship. We all kind of grew together in those skills, and we all learned every single stage, starting from ideating and drafting ideas from sketches all the way to the printed products that we had, even though they're not the finalized products, all the way to there. It was just a growing process. So I would say the most important lesson is that design doesn't really, you grow into design through practice and not really talents, because a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, but it just comes all from practice.
Nice. Okay. What was a problem you guys all solved together as a team?
I can speak to that. During the middle of our fellowship, we had some difficulties adjusting to our schedules because Garfield High School had to start in person. So we had like different schedules, and we had to communicate with each other on Slack and different platforms to sync our schedules. So I would say that's one problem that we kind of managed to solve, and we managed to get by this year.
Okay. How will the skills you learned here transfer over to future career goals and aspirations?
Well, I think everything that we learned really just applies great to what I'm interested in going into in the future. I mean, I'm going into Berkeley in engineering, and I'm really like all this experience in 3D design and I already had a bit of experience in like robotics and everything, but now that I was able to do this program and learn a lot more about the actual application of engineering and design and 3D modeling, and learn a lot more about the marketing and entrepreneurship side of things. And I think that really just gave me a broader view of the field and a broader understanding of everything that actually goes into being a designer and engineer.
Okay, I'll ask one last question. What's your favorite feature from your model, and what would you improve about it? Maybe.
I want to pass this on to Jaden because he seems to like the double hole
Yeah, sure.
design.
I mean, so one of the things that we did do that was sort of unique, at least among our groups, is we had a sort of catamaran style double hold boat, which was a challenge for to actually CAD and 3D model, but it was I think it was cool just knowing that it it wasn't just like the normal sort of one hull of a boat. But I think something that we would change, I think next time, is doing a little bit more research into the actual like physics of these double hull designs and actually designing it towards that, because we didn't go super deep into actually designing and doing all the calculations behind our hulls and figuring out how the exact size and how the what shape they needed to be the most aerodynamic. So I think next time we definitely do a lot more about that. But I think for what we have a great idea and a great great sort of starting point for a plan of our product.
There's one question in the chat. How many designs did you go through before settling on your final one?
I would say we went through multiple. The design process started with us individually having multiple designs and then choosing a few to present to our group. And from that group, we chose one, but we chose to combine all of our designs. So as for me, I think I designed about 5 myself, and then I presented like 2 to my group. I'm sure it's similar to my group mates as well. So I would say around 15 sketches, just like very low fidelity sketches that we started with.
Yeah, to clarify, we made a bunch of sketches at the beginning, not like full designs, but ideas of different designs that we could potentially make. And then we narrowed those down and combined them. And then even the actual 3D model, we went through a number of iterations. I think at least 3 iterations of the actual 3D model that we went through until we finalized this last one that you saw in the video.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering all the questions. And that was a really great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
The gift of a friend. And when your hope.
Hi, we're Team Waves to Success. My name is Mona Lee, and my team members are Kudus Solomon and Nahom Seifu, and our mentor is Ms. Rock Tekeste. The goal of our company is to build safe transportation for students, and today we will be presenting about our watercraft design.
In Sabah, Malaysia, there's not enough land space to build schools. So to combat this, floating schools are being built over the water, but there's not a reliable form of transportation for the students to travel to and from school. The Waves to Success team has designed a water taxi to help the students travel to and from school in a safe and efficient manner. These were the sketches our group came up with the first couple weeks of the program for our water taxi. The drawing on the top left is Kudus's, mine is to the right of his, and the 2 on the bottom are Mona's. We ended up combining all of our drawings to make our final model, which will be shared later.
OneShape is a product design platform, and we used it to create 2D and 3D models of our watercraft prototype. This slide shows the side and top profile of our watercraft sketch. This next slide shows multiple angles of our 3D model. You can see how our design improved as we progressed from the 2D model to the 3D model. At this time, I'd also like to thank Heston, Nikkei, and Jaden, who are fellow mentors and interns in this program, for helping during this process.
Here is our completed Dfmea charts. The 5 failure modes we chose were rubber detaching, water coming into the windows, entrance emergency exit doors not closing properly, seat belts not working or detaching, and the wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off. The severity of rubber detaching, we rated a 10 out of 10 because it would mean our boat would be cut in half. Water coming to the windows, we said, was a 3 out of 10 because even if it did happen, it would be easy and quick to contain. The severity of the entrance emergency exit doors not closing properly was rated an 8 out of 10 because open doors while on water or land is a danger when moving. We rated the severity of seatbelts not working or detaching a 6 out of 10, so somewhat average because you wouldn't really feel the severity unless you get in an accident or collision. For the severity of the wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off, we rated a 10 out of 10 because the boat would either end up not being able to move or crash into something because you wouldn't have control. We rated the frequency of all these failures happening out of 5, so basically what the chances of them happening would be. We gave rubber detaching a 1, water coming to the windows a 3, entrance emergency exit doors not closing properly a 4, seatbelts not working a 4, and the wheels of the boat not functioning or falling off a 2. And finally, we ranked the 5 based off the combined score, severity times frequency, 1 being the highest and 5 the lowest. The entrance and emergency exit doors not closing properly was ranked number 1 with a score of 32. Seatbelts not working was ranked 2 with a score of 24. The wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off was ranked 3 with a score of 20. And the rubber detaching was ranked 4 with a score of 10. And last, water coming into the windows was ranked 5 with a score of 9. As just stated, the 5 modes of failure were rubber ripping or detaching, water coming into the windows, the entrance and emergency exit doors not closing properly, seatbelts not working or detaching, wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off. The metric to be observed for rubber detachment would be a gap between the middle sections of the craft. For water coming into the windows and the entrance and emergency exit doors not closing properly, the metric to be observed would be water leakage. For seatbelts not working or detaching, the metric to be observed would be the safety hazard for an accident. And the metric observed for the boat wheels malfunctioning would be the boat's movement hindered to move while on land. The threshold/criteria for rubber detachment would be no rip or detachment between the rubber and body of the craft. For the water coming into the windows and the entrance and emergency exit doors not closing properly, it would be no leakage and no detachments. For the seatbelts not working or detaching, it would be no seatbelt detachment, and the threshold and criteria for the wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off would be the boat wheels stay attached. The description of each test for rubber detachment would be testing the mini prototype in the water. For water coming through the windows, we would drive the craft in water and propel water pressure on the windows, and we would do the same for the doors by propelling water pressure on the doors. For the seatbelts not working or detaching, we would test the watercraft with dummy passengers. And for the wheels on the boat not functioning or falling off, we would drive the craft on grounds with various resistance levels.
After creating our 3D model on Onshape, I made these engineering drawings to convey the blueprints of our design to our manufacturing teams. The drawings include the top, side, front, back, and isometric views of our watercraft. Each view includes dimensions and scaling for creating the life-size watercraft. Here we have images of our watercraft which were recently 3D printed. The image on the left is the outer shell of the watercraft with the wheels attached, and the images on the right show individual parts of it. A huge thank you to Jeremy at Seattle Makers for making this possible.
Our target market will be administrative members on the school board, government, and city officials because these groups will be in charge of purchasing our product. To market our product, we will create social media posts and use our pitch deck slides to gain attraction from customers. Additionally, our marketing goal will work towards building a trusting relationship with the teachers and students because they will be the primary passengers on board.
When creating our marketing plan, we are inspired by well-renowned boat and bus companies such as Brunswick Boat Group, which is the largest maker of pleasure boats in the world, and the Blue Bird Corporation, which is one of the largest bus manufacturers in the country. After researching these companies, we learned that the Blue Bird Corporation was greatly impacted by the school shutdowns this past year, since students were no longer able to go to school buildings, and additionally, we experienced countless delays in orders and supply shipments. What we found particularly inspiring about this company was that while orders and manufacturing slowed, the company pivoted their energy to other aspects of their corporation. They decided to improve their internal business structure, which helped to increase their full year average selling price by more than $6,000 or 7% per bus.
We recognize the designs that other teams are presenting, but the Waves to Success watercraft is designed with specific safety measures such as our seatbelt checks, emergency doors, enclosed windows, and life jackets for every student on board to provide the best and safest experience for our students.
Furthermore, our watercraft includes 2 emergency exits, one on the back of the watercraft and one on the top. We also have life jackets beneath every seat for easy access and seat belts on every seat as well. We even included safety check lights for the drivers so that they will be notified if a student's seatbelt is unbuckled. Furthermore, our watercraft has a rubber middle section for easy navigation, as well as enclosed windows for a safe and enjoyable view.
Regarding our financial summary and projections, we plan on producing 5 watercrafts and are estimating them to start at $60,000 each. We will create and maintain quarterly assessments on our watercraft design to make sure it still meets the demands and needs of the students and teachers. We will also make adjustments and improvements as needed. Additionally, as our team expands, we will double the number of watercrafts we produce in the following year. We plan on getting our money from outside investors, social media fundraisers, and reaching out to people in the community. We also are not going to just let whoever gives us the most money dictate our choice in the school we sell our product to, as we want to be fair and beneficial to everyone.
In the next 12 months, we hope that our watercraft will have a 90% or higher approval rate. We will conduct quarterly assessments on our product to adjust the price or improve design features using customer feedback. We also plan to expand our business across Malaysia into other countries. During our initial launch, we'll have 5 watercrafts, but we expect to have much more in the coming months. Based on our market plan, we propose a $400,000 budget for our product. We got to this number after researching that one school bus costs around $50,000, and since our watercraft is much more advanced, we raised this amount to $60,000 per watercraft. Multiplying this cost by 5 brings us to $300,000 for manufacturing the 5 watercrafts. We then accounted for the funds needed to market our product and manage the overall project. This brought us to $400,000. We propose that 75% of this budget will go towards production, 15% will go towards management, 8% for marketing, and 2% for public relations.
The end stages of our design process included going over our watercraft a couple times and fixing up small details, final peer feedback, and making sure everything was good to go and looking well for the final presentation.
There are many benefits of our overall design. Some of these include increased school attendance rates, decreased emissions of CO2 because of our use of eco-friendly materials, less stress on parents to get their kids to school, a strong sense of community that the students will create when aboard the watercraft together, and a higher interest in technology careers from the students once they see this watercraft project come together.
We as a team developed our technical and interpersonal skills throughout the program by working closely with each other to brainstorm ideas, modify ideas, and to produce the best product possible. We also improved our time management and prioritization skills. Each teammate brought unique strengths, and we worked to amplify those when working together.
My team members and I are all heading off to college next year, but we hope to continue exploring engineering, marketing, and entrepreneurship in the future. We also hope to find more fellowship opportunities, and we plan to share this program with our friends and family. Lastly, we definitely plan to stay connected with our fellow interns and mentors that we met during this program.
Here are our credits for the presentations. All images used were from Google and Canva images. Slides use VoiceOver and are edited by the Waves to Success members. Mona Lee did the 3D on-shape model slides, 2D sketch slides, and the other designated slides. Me, Nahum Seifu, did the marketing slides, 2D sketch slides, and the other designated slides. And a thank you to our mentor, Ms. Rakta Keste, for all the help through the process. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching.
Okay, wow, that was a wonderful presentation. Where did your wait, is there any questions from the audience? Okay. Where did your inspiration come from in order to create the model?
Our inspiration comes from like all the people in our team that we discussion on the message about like what feature we want our watercraft look like, and we did several sketch and decided which we gonna move forward. So yeah, that's how we like develop our inspiration.
What's your favorite feature from the model?
My favorite feature of the model is the windows part, which is like when we planning going underwater, we can see like the fish around us.
What's a skill from Ffmf that you will be using a lot in the future?
It would be teamwork skills, communication skill, and also we learn many skills from the 3D modeling. So, and those skills will help we develop our career in the future, like prepare for job or something, or internship.
Yeah, especially like the entrepreneurships and the 3D model one, I learned a lot from it. And it's kind of like prepare for my future like career goal and going to the university.
Okay, thank you. That was a wonderful presentation. And if there's no more questions from the audience, then the next presentation group will be going. Thank you. Okay, wow, that was a wonderful presentation. Where did from the audience? Okay. Where did your inspiration come from in order to create the model?
Our inspiration comes from like all the people in our team that we discussion on the message about like what feature we want our watercraft look like, and we did several sketch and decided which we gonna move forward. So yeah, that's how we like develop our inspiration.
What's your favorite feature from the model?
My favorite feature of the model is the windows part, which is like when we planning going underwater, we can see like the fish around us.
What's a skill from FF will be used a lot in the future?
It would be teamwork skills, communication skill, and also we learn many skills from the 3D modeling. So, and those skills will help we develop our career in the future, like prepare for job or something, or internship.
Especially like the entrepreneurships and the 3D model one, I learned a lot from it. And it's kind of like prepare for my future like career goal and going to the university.
Thank you. That was a wonderful presentation. And there's no more questions from the audience, then the next presentation group will be going. Thank you.
I was visible on the stage. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to go ahead and start with the awards portion of our program. All right. So thank you. I want to say again, thank you so much for being patient with us through all the technical issues that we have been experiencing. I think it very much is like the COVID situation scenario that we all have been facing over the past year. And most certainly the past 4 months, this team, this fellowship, everyone has worked tirelessly to overcome any challenges that we had to face and also collaborate despite all the things that were going on around us. Before I go on to mention the awards that we would like to recognize, I would like to formally call out and recognize instructors and also mentors who have participated in this program. So for instructors, I would like to recognize Jonathan S. Tucker, who led the entrepreneurship program, Jeremy Hansen from Seattle Makers, who instructed the engineering, design, and production portion of this program, along with Heston Smith, again, teaching about the 3D on-shape engineering softwares and also the design and production. And also Nabiyu Abune, who instructed the marketing sessions of this program. So thank you for all. Thank you for being patient when our mentees turned in their assignments late for anything that we had to juggle in between. I really appreciate you. For mentors who have also worked tirelessly with their teams by providing leadership, guidance to their teammates, whatever it takes to make it a successful teamwork. The problem solving that we had to do as this being a pilot program, and overall the encouragement that they provided for their teams. So our mentors for this program were Jeffrey Smith, Samantha Neal, Said Mohammed, Ms. Rakta Kasta, myself, and Heston Smith. So it definitely takes a teamwork for all of us to make it to the finish line today. And then going on to the participants, I really consider all participants, all of our mentees, those who are also part of the marketing team and also parts of those small groups that you have seen, their productions, they produced, edited, and they had to juggle their time together. They had to be patient, adjusting to the working habits of their teammates. So it takes a lot to make it happen and to pull it through. So definitely everyone is a winner. And as a matter of fact, to back up this appreciation, the stipend of this program initially was at $1,000 for their 4 months commitment, but we are thankful to the other sponsors who are able to give into this program. Now I'm glad to announce that every participant will be receiving a $200 additional bonus, woohoo, on your last paycheck. So that's the news for all of us. And when it comes to, obviously there will be individuals who stand out, who go the extra mile, who outshine, and who inspire others to do more given their opportunity. So we want to recognize the outstanding individuals and teams in different categories. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call off the name of the awards and then the recipients. The first award is, the first achievement award is for a Best Mentee Award. Now this person, I know this person because I have worked with her. And in this category, this individual had an almost perfect attendance, cared to give ahead of time notice when she was not able to make it on time, or for an excused absence, she had continuous, ongoing positive contribution for her teamwork, putting her best effort forward, which also definitely relates to accountability for her team members. And she had going through what we did as small groups, we had to engage on continuous communication between mentors and also team members. So this individual was always great on timely responses and also asking for help when needed. So I'm glad to announce the Best Mentee Achievement Award goes to Mona Lee. Mona Lee, congratulations. I'm sure if this was a live audience, you would be hearing lots of clapping. So congratulations. Thank you for leading by example to your teams and to this cohort as a whole. Next up, the next award is Best Group Achievement Award. Now, this team has always proven themselves to go above and beyond. I want to say as a mentor and also a part of the leadership of this fellowship, the COVID situation has been an issue that has limited our ability to meet in person, to go to places like Seattle Makers, where we can actually see and touch and feel our 3D designing and printouts with the laser cutting machines. But this team found a way to make it there. They have always gone above and beyond to add special effects and video clips in their designs and in their presentations, as you might have just seen. So the Best Achievement Awards for a group goes to LYN Creators, and members of LYN Creators are Yasmin Mohammed, Lydia Kaflom, and Nike Ajumobi, and their mentor is Saeed Mohammed. Congratulations again. The next award is the Best Achievement Award for the Best Mentor. As I said earlier, I was a mentor as well. We all had to put extra effort, especially given that the situation is a virtual class situation. To create that connection among teams was hard, but we have an outstanding person again who actually played a double role. This individual was both a mentor and an instructor. And not only that, he was also able to donate his income, his payment or his pay stub back into this program. So he basically just volunteered, and this wonderful person who has helped educate the teams on Onshape, creating the 3D models, and who has always been available and great and very patient with the questions is Heston Smith. Thank you, Heston. He's not here today, but thank you so much. We really appreciate your contribution. You were an asset to this program. Next award is the Best Achievement Award for Leadership. Now, these two individuals stand out. They are mentees. They stand out because they were willing to share their expertise of what they know with the designing with their Onshape experience, previous experience, share it with others, contribute to their team, but also share their expertise with other teams so that they can get the additional help to complete their 3D modeling. And the two mentees recognized for the Best Achievement Award of Leadership is Jaden Fan and Nike Ajimobe. I apologize for not saying the last name correctly. All right. The next award. Now this award, we named it Cultural Breakthrough Award. And this is recognizing mentees who English language is a second language for them, as it is for me as well. And we recognized these five individuals did not keep the fact that English is their second language, speaking with accents, or not being able, perhaps to say or express their mind fast enough just because of language barriers. They did not let that barrier hold them back. They contributed, they went forward, they shined, and we want to acknowledge that you are an asset, no matter what the barrier is, whatever it may be, putting your best foot forward and giving what you got, being an asset to your team is a great thing that we want to recognize. And given that most of our participants are from minority communities, first and second immigrant generation, this is really, really important for us to highlight. So the best achievement awards for cultural breakthrough goes to Yasmin Mohammed, Jining Deng, Yutong Chen, Huang Tran, and Rahua. 5 of you, thank you so much. Great job. Thank you again. This is about it. We have a plan to run a poll from the general people audience for best presentation and also best 3D model, although we're having some technical issues. So if it's gonna be achievable technically, we would love to send that out so that we will right here and right now recognize the best presentation that this audience has enjoyed from what you have seen so far, and also another one for the best 3D model. So I'll leave that decision up to the leadership. Thank you again for sticking with us. And we'll see you in another time. I'm gonna hand this back to the other room. Thank you again.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Rak. It was an amazing presentation, and congratulate for participants, including all the funders and actually partner organizations. And I can name them the City of Seattle Office of Economic Development and our funder. What do you think, Woody?
Oh, that was amazing, because like at first we were just like granted with like 1 grant from the Seattle OED, and then we were able to actually double the size of the participants, because we got like a grant from OSPI. We also got the grant from Seattle IT, and then we partner with Seattle Public School, Urban League, among others, as well as like we don't forget like Seattle Makers. Without them, this program is not successful. So thank you so much for Seattle Makers.
Yeah, actually, the main person for this project is actually you are the one, Woody.
Thank you
for bringing the project together. It wasn't easy. The last 4 months, really, I was expecting, I don't know, the hard way, especially COVID time. It's virtual, and bringing participants wasn't easy. But amazing instructors, mentors, really, we appreciate and to thank, because they're the main people behind.
Well, yeah, it's actually it's kind of a humbling experience for me as well, just because like I'm only one person. But look at this, like we have actually more than 30 people probably participating and making this happen, and give life of its own. I mean, like, look at all that great design that people make. Congratulations for all the graduates.
Yeah, I think the 4 months, 3 days a week, it wasn't easy, but designing and entrepreneurship, marketing, and the 3D printing is a great experience, not only for participants, even for us.
I mean, like, it's like people will say like, this is impossible. People do this, like, but we did it. Congratulations.
Really, for students, participants, interns, mentors, it wasn't easy the last 4 months. Beside your regular school hours, you made it. This is a great experience. You got an award, of course. You're gonna get a certificate, and congratulations again. Most of all the audience who have been watching the 2-hour limit for today, thank you again.
Yes, appreciate that. And if you still wanna hang out with us, there's like the breakout session still open, so you can turn on your video and talk to us. Okay. But like right now, we're looking forward to actually continuing the program, hoping that next year we can do this again with the next cohort. So, but anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And this is like, I really appreciate that you guys are here.
Yeah, to those volunteers, especially for the Hassan, actually, he's one of the volunteer instructor and also mentors, actually, Misrak and Said, Jeffrey, Paul, Samantha,
yeah,
and Nabiyu, and everyone who participate. Really, we thank you for great dedication and commitment.
Jennifer, and that was like appreciate all of you, and really all the mentors and all the participants make it happen. Appreciate you, and so yeah. And for that, with that, like I'm just gonna conclude this event, and hoping that we will show you all the update that we have. Thank you so much for everything, and let's do this again. Okay, let's go. Let's go to breakout session if you want. But anyway, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, we both are COVID free, not COVID free actually. We got the 2 vaccines. That's why we're very close here. And thank you. It was a great journey. Congratulations again, all participants. See you next time.
Yes, maybe you. Yes, of course, maybe you. I'm so honored to be part of this MMRTI family. It's like you guys are doing like a great job here. We got a green screen behind us, but it's like this is also the photographer here, right here. And there's a nice studio. You should come visit.
Yeah, sorry for the technical problems that happened at the beginning. We tried to preparation. I think we did.
Yes, exactly.
Overachievers, but thank you again.
Jaden, thank you so much. Jaden and Rahua, Diana, a really great experience. Appreciated. And Misrak, don't forget Misrak. Misrak, you've done a lot with this. Just like, hey, you guys have to be like get in shape. But then also Heston, yes, definitely this is great. And this guy here, David. David, like without David, like we will not have that beautiful image.
Exactly. He is the graphic design photographer, and also we would like to appreciate the marketing team. Actually, they have working hard now for the next 2 weeks. They're going to show us a great video about the Ffmf.
Yes, we will update our website. We will send you all the booklets and like information.
What's next? Next year, do you have any plans?
Yeah, well, we doing water. Maybe we should do the
airplanes
or like the train
vehicle.
Or like even the whole city. Yeah, great work, Jeremy. And so grateful that you are here. And so definitely, I mean, like just the transformation that the participants have, all the mentors, all the instructors. It's like this is a great journey for us, and it's not easy, but like as we made it, and we actually get very excited about it.
Yeah, thank you for City of Seattle Office of Economic Development, SIXR, Seattle Makers, Seattle Public School, and Urban League. What else?
Yeah, maybe our family, because just definitely, I think this is like it has been like a blessing. People like just like. Driving the participant around, like get the part and all that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, just despite COVID restrictions, we made it really great. We have a great team.
Exactly.
So yeah, we wish to continue this with maybe a bit much bigger, like 3 times bigger than now.
Of course, it was virtual. Maybe we can now do it maybe in person. That's something, after COVID, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just if you have any other thing to say, you want to just hang out, just go to this the breakout sessions. But otherwise, have a wonderful evening and the rest of the summer. Stay cool inside. If you want to stay outside, just put on the sun blocker.
See you next time, everybody.
Shattering to the ground, you feel all alone when you don't know which way to go and there's no signs leading you home. You're not alone. The world comes to life.